Everybody, and welcome to today's video. And in today's video, I'll be doing a 2024 election prediction between Joe Biden and Kristi Noem. For those of you that don't know, Noem is the governor of South Dakota. Let's go get started with all of Biden's safe states. Washington, Oregon, California, Hawaii, Colorado will probably be safe. I don't see Noem getting the same rural turnout that Trump got, and I see Biden doing well enough with Hispanic and Latino voters. For Noem, states Utah, Idaho, Wyoming, Montana, Dakotas, Nebraska's at-large first and third districts, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, not Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Connecticut, Kentucky, and West Virginia. For Biden's likely states, he gets New Mexico, Minnesota, Maine at large, and Virginia. In New Mexico, I don't see Noem being as strong for oil workers as Trump, and I see Biden doing well enough for the Hispanic and Latino vote. In Minnesota, Noem won't turn out as many rural voters. I could see her doing pretty well with a lot of these Midwestern rural voters, so that's definitely a possibility, especially being a border state to South Dakota. But I also don't see her being strong enough for the working class, even if she is able to turn out enough white rural Midwestern voters. In Virginia, I don't see her doing well enough in the suburbs. I think she's probably better in the suburbs. I don't see her doing terribly amazing. I don't see her doing phenomenally in the suburbs to the point where she's not going to lose it likely. And I also see Biden, or I also don't see her turning out enough rural voters, and I see Biden being strong enough for the black vote. Maine at large, fairly inelastic. Noem probably just slightly better though, since she has more appeal to white rural college-educated voters, I would think, than Trump. For Noem's likely states, Kansas, Missouri, Indiana, Mississippi, South Carolina, and Alaska. Kansas, she's probably going to be better in the suburbs to get less rural turnout. Once again, she could do pretty well with Midwestern rural voters and carry it safe. Very similar thing in Missouri and Indiana. I don't see her doing well enough for the working class. Mississippi, Biden's too strong with the black vote. South Carolina, she's not going to turn out as many white rural voters, whereas Biden will turn out enough black voters to the point where it could be only R+7. In Alaska, Noem I don't think is phenomenal for oil workers, and we're also going to see more Native American turnout. That's pretty likely, since we're going to see turnout continue. We're going to continue to see Native American turnout rise in Alaska, which will shift it to the left. For Biden's lean states, he gets Nevada, Wisconsin, Nebraska second, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and New Hampshire. Nevada, Noem's not going to turn out enough white rural voters, whereas she's also not going to be able to do phenomenally with whereas Biden, I guess, is going to be better with the Hispanic and Latino vote. She won't do phenomenally with Hispanic and Latino voters. Nebraska's, I don't necessarily see Biden being amazing for Hispanic and Latino voters. But she is not gonna do probably not as good as Trump. Nebraska's second. She just can probably do better in the suburbs. Across these three Rust Belt states, Michigan being the most liberal, Wisconsin being the most conservative, Pennsylvania being in the middle. Biden's gonna I say this a lot with a lot of these videos. They all have pretty similar demographics. It's just some are more conservative than others, and some are more liberal than others. So it feels almost pointless to go individually through all three of them if they're all the same rating. If they're just going to be different margins of victory, but fairly similar explanations. But I see Biden doing well enough with the black vote. I see him turning out enough black voters. No, I'm doing poorly enough with the working class, and Biden doing well enough with the working class. That he carries them all lean. Michigan could be likely. I'm just going to give it to him lean. New Hampshire, this is kind of just based on the thought that Noem is probably stronger for white rural college-educated voters. It could still very well be likely for Biden. For Noem's lean states, she gets Texas, Iowa, Ohio, Maine second, and Florida. In Texas, she's going to get less rural turnout. And Biden's probably going to be better with Hispanic and Latino voters than he did in 2020 in the suburbs. Regardless of her strength, will probably continue to shift, so it'll probably be a more narrow margin of victory. Iowa, once again, I see her doing well enough with Midwestern rural voters. Not phenomenally, but I see her doing well enough to the point where she can only carry it 2-3%. Ohio, similar thing. I don't see her doing as well with the working class, so I see Biden doing well enough with the black vote to the point where it's probably narrower. 1, 2, maybe 3%. Maine second, fairly similar thing to Iowa, not necessarily Midwestern voters, so I could see her doing worse. But I just think she has enough appeal, Trumpist appeal, to the point where it's going to be a more narrow margin of victory, but she'll probably still carry it. In Florida, Biden's going to do better with Hispanic Latino voters, but Noem's going to do fairly strong in the suburbs, probably. I feel like the older white vote's probably going to be more split, but Noem's going to do well enough. She'll probably do better than Trump. To the point where it goes to her. Although, once again, I could see, I say once again, I could see Biden doing, better. I don't think I already said that. I could see Biden doing better with older white voters. Once again, I don't think I already said that. The Biden being better with older white voters part, but it's a possibility. Or at least against Noem. For Noem's tilt states, she has North Carolina. Biden has Arizona and Georgia. Arizona, Biden's going to do fairly well with the Hispanic Latino vote, whereas Noem's probably going to do better. In the traditionally conservative suburbs, I don't know that would necessarily be able to be enough to win, because Biden still has enough appeal in the suburbs. I think enough Hispanic Latino appeal to the point where he probably will carry it. In Georgia, I mean, like, honestly, this could be lean. Noem's not going to turn out many rural voters. Biden's going to do pretty well with the black vote. Honestly, realistically, it should be lean. North Carolina, Noem's going to turn out less rural voters, do worse with the working class, and Biden's probably going to do pretty well with the black vote. Noem's going to do well enough in the suburbs, and her losses with rural voters and with the working class aren't going to be significant enough for her to lose it. She's going to lose it by, or she's going to win it by less, yes, but it probably will still go to her. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoy it, please leave a like below. Stay tuned for my next video tomorrow. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Please comment your suggestions down below, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye!